Baltimorons.
What is up, everybody? Happy
Good morning.
Monday.
Hello.
Happy Monday. So
Hello.
many things happening today. Anyway, what's up, guys? It's Mike Frank with Frank Oliver and Company, coming to you today with Andrea
Hey.
and Christian.
Hello.
Here to talk a little bit about hacking that mindset.
All about the mindset.
All about it.
Mindset Monday.
Especially today. Mm-hmm. What's the smirky look on your face?
Nothing. They're probably
Also-
thinking a lot of stuff right now.
Also, in case you don't know, Christian swore off caffeine, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And now he's back
You
on
know
it.
who
Makes
influences me
happy.
to get back on it?
Me.
Yes.
It makes me so happy. By the way, we have a Rise Up, what do you call that thing?
Container?
No.
No.
There's a specific term for it.
Growler.
Yes,
Growler.
yes.
What's a growler?
From the back. I don't know. That's what they call
What
the bigger
the
thing that
fuck?
you put they do it with beer too.
Yeah. It's just like a giant jug that you can fill up with.
It's just a gallon container.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Although somebody's going to be like, it's not a gallon, it's 112 ounces. Like, I don't know. It's a lot, right? But at any rate, so you have your Rise Up coffee and your Crowler.
I have two.
Is it Crowler? No,
Growler.
it's a Growler. Crowler
Yeah.
is a large can.
That one I brought to the office.
Mm.
And then I guess Amanda and you guys picked it up the other day. And there's another one at the
Smashed it.
Annapolis house as well.
Smashed.
So,
Yeah, you don't use that one either.
no, I don't.
Speaking of which, I need to make some coffee after this. I need to hack that mindset. Anyway, so I've been up way too long and I haven't had any coffee, so I'm obviously a little bit more energized than I should be. in a
How does
normal
that
week.
make sense?
It doesn't.
Because
I was having
it's
this conversation
insanity.
with someone the other day about how you're just like a maniac. You get like 3 hours of sleep, you wake up, and it's just like, I don't know. You're
It's all about that mindset.
The once I wake up. Because
I feel like it
even
takes me-
Andrea has called me and I've been like asleep. But then once I'm awake, she's like, what are you doing, bro? You need to get up. You need to work out. You need to do this. And I'm like,
It takes me a while to actually
You're right.
like. If I get shitty sleep, it takes me a very long time to actually wake up.
Yeah,
what is I've never understood like shitty sleep.
Dude, I don't know. Like I can get 7-8 hours, wake up, and like not feel like I got any rest at all.
sometimes when I have nightmares, I feel like I didn't get sleep because I'm so active in my nightmare that it's like I keep running in my nightmare. So like it's almost like I worked out in my nightmare.
I think I have 2 types of nightmares. Those that I like have no memory of, and somebody's like, "Oh, you were tossing and turning all night, right?" And then the ones where I like literally like a zombie, just go from like flat to like.
Straight up. Yeah,
I don't think
you're so
that
scared.
rarely happens.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
fucking terrifying.
It's pretty bad.
Have you
Yeah.
ever had a like sleep paralysis?
What does that mean?
I had it the other day when I was at the office.
What does that mean?
So it's like your body is in sleep, but your mind is still active. So you actively know that you're sleeping, but you're trying
Your
to wake
eyes are
yourself
open.
up. You're trying to wake yourself up,
should play the
but
spooky
your
sound
body
right
is
now.
like too in deep of sleep. So your mind knows that you're sleeping and you want to wake up, but your body's like, no, I'm asleep.
There's more to it than that. Like your body's like paralyzed. You can't move. For
Pretty
like,
much.
Probably.
I
Like,
was trying to say, I was trying to explain it without it sounding really terrible, but
I
it's
feel
well,
terrible.
like you're like
It's
sugarcoating
horrible.
it. You should
I
just
feel like I had this moment
It's
where
horrible.
I walked into Andrea's office and I walked in and I looked at her and she looked at me and then I said something. And I was like, am I not talking? And she was like, what? And I was like, I restated it again. And she was like, did you just say that? And I was like,
You
yeah.
just say that.
It was like the most weird experience ever, but I don't know. Maybe she was just like sleeping in front of me. I
But
don't
like
know.
sleep paralysis, you're laying there, you can't move your body, like you're completely still. Your eyes are
Yeah.
open, you can move
And
those around, and
and
you can hear.
sometimes-
Sometimes you hear screaming, and you see like a demon.
So when I slept at the Columbia office, I fell asleep and I dreamt that someone came into the office and was like, you need to leave. So in my sleep,
That's
I
funny,
was
'cause
I
I
was dreaming
did
that someone was telling me that I needed to get out, and
wait.
I was trying to get up.
Wait, I want to
leave.
clarify for those people that are watching, whether you're at home or at the office, you weren't going to the office to sleep. You do have a house.
Yeah.
You had fallen asleep at the office.
No, so much like I had fallen so much asleep
Right.
that I didn't remember. Like I was in sleep paralysis, and I was like, "Wait, I fell asleep." So there was so much going on. So much going on.
in the back of the mind. No, I actually 100%, like the 0 to like complete.
I don't think I've done it maybe like a couple times.
It's
I can
fucking
remember
terrifying.
Yeah, I can remember a couple nightmares where that happened to me.
Speaking of the mindset thing, what happens
Do you hear
is again, but either A, Liv crops it out, or B, she can't hear it.
This is podcast paralysis.
It's for real.
The little arm moving during your show. Now this noise.
It was like, oh, I'm just gonna go away from you.
I was hoping that you would just follow it.
Like a little dolphin. Like, anyway, so I feel like when I've had those moments, and I remember my most recent one, it was not long ago. It was within the last 6 months. I literally went from like dead asleep to like completely like just like no knees bent, no nothing, just and I was fucking terrified.
Oh, God.
And then I couldn't go back to sleep because I was fucking terrified. So then I started to think about like, all right, how are we going to go through this? Because this is awful. And I was like, do I say something to Amanda? Because no, she would freak the fuck out. So
About
then I
your
just
dream?
like, oh
Your
yeah,
nightmare?
yeah, terrifying.
She would freak out
Oh fuck yeah,
from you telling her.
yes.
I would. Like if it
It's
was
just
a
a
scary
dream.
I
No.
believe that there are people that would be afraid of this nightmare, but the realism in it and the concept of it would freak.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's just like something like you're asleep and you're dreaming, you're having a nightmare. Like it is what it is.
So like maybe you nightmarish about like who the next president's gonna be and like
No, my nightmares are wild.
Yeah, in this case it was not. So
I've been nightmares where like people are chasing me down with guns. There was one where I was back in the restaurant industry and I was like, you know what? I'm walking out of this bitch. I'm fucking pissed. I hate it. I
that
quit.
actually happened. That actually happened.
And I got out the back door. Right when I walked out the back door, it's like pitch black outside. It's raining. I'm walking to my car. This car flies up by me, slams on the brake, gets out and pulls out a gun and starts shooting. I immediately wake up. And this was right when I hurt my back and I fell and I was like crawling across the ground and they were shooting at me. I was crawling across the ground.
Oh yeah, you did tell us about that.
It was
Maybe it was the metaphoric shooting pain in your back.
maybe.
Well, all right. So as I lay there post my
Nightmare.
my nightmare, what I started to do was like, all right, I can't think about this. This is going to kill me, right? And I can't tell Amanda, so I need to think about something else. So I like laid there and I was like, all right, kind of like the counting sheep thing, you know?
That
but
doesn't
instead of
work for
counting
me.
sheep, yeah, it doesn't work. I started thinking about like, okay, what are we going to do in the morning? What am I going to do in the afternoon? What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do this weekend? What's like my next thing? And I literally fell asleep.
Yeah.
How often do you guys have dreams about real estate?
Never.
Really?
I think, all right, so I had an interview over the weekend.
You got him? Hell yeah. Okay. She can relate. Finally. Somebody like here, I'm like being singled out right now.
So I had an interview over the weekend, and I have a script of questions, and I asked this person one of my favorite questions because you always get like weird answers, and they're always like half-assed because no one scripts this, right? What's the thing that makes you successful, right? Everyone scripts that, but this is the one. The question says, "What keeps you awake at night?" And people will say things like, you know, my kids, my this, my that.
What wakes
business.
you up at night? That's a good one.
Also true. People will be like my dog, right? But what keeps you up at night? And it's so interesting because I think everyone has a different perspective. When you say real estate dreams, the real estate nightmares, the real
I mean, it
estate
could be either
nightmares
or.
are the thing that keep me up at night.
Yeah.
Like it's the irony is that the end of this conversation said, I said, I hope that one of my team members does something really fucking stupid in a transaction with one of your team members soon so we could get back together. That was the end of our conversation. Because like when you don't have that easy communication and that easy solution to a major problem, it really digs at me because I want to make sure that like for our clients, for our consumer, and also like my name and you know what that means for the industry, I think it keeps me up. Like I don't want to have that be the basis by which we're defined. And I think that's the thing that like terrifies me.
I can agree with that. Like, I sometimes lay there and think about what the hell's going on with some like deals or like how they could play out or what's going to happen here, what's going to happen there. It just like can run in my mind sometimes. Or like, I don't know if you guys ever had this when you were like in college or school and you like wake up in the middle of the night. Oh my God, did I do my homework? Did I miss class? Like
I would,
some
I
shit
would
like
have
that.
that with like the serving industry. Be like, oh my God, someone asked for barbecue sauce and I
Right.
never got it.
Yeah,
Right.
I've had that kind of feeling like when I wake up at night, but for real estate though, like, oh my God, did I submit the document or did I tell John that? Like just random stuff like that.
I also love, just because you went on the did I do this, I love when you're at a restaurant and you say like, hey, I think this is diet. And then they go, no, it's not. Oh, you literally couldn't have made a mistake. Like, that's not possible. Those are the people that like live shitty ass lives.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And that's like, for me, it's like, what's going to be the thing that keeps me up at night? That's the thing that we're chasing. Getting better, getting more punctual, getting more instinctive, understanding our community, right? Like, for me, that's going to be what keeps us moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then also like the idea of like, what else could I have done or what more can I do?
I just want to see how blind Christian is.
Very.
Oh, gosh.
Can we make this your new like profile picture on Instagram? Just
Practically.
zoom in.
Woo! If you go the other way, does it also do something? I don't really know.
I would think.
Yeah, it does the reverse.
I don't think
Does it?
so. I've always needed a magnifying glass in my life.
What? Why is that so funny?
Anyway, he's real blind.
I think
I didn't
everyone
know.
here knows that.
So you had asked something while I was looking at the glasses.
I don't know. I can't
Nah.
remember. You know, we just bounce from nightmares to
All
dreams
about
to
mindset. Dreams are dreams, nightmares, they're all mindset, you know?
I think it is all a mindset.
Because if
Can
you
we
have
cue
a,
the Meek Mill
if,
song
if
right
you
now?
have if you have a true powerful mindset, I think you can control your dreams and nightmares as well.
I wasn't even thinking that. It's
think
so
you-
interesting that you like brought that
I
perspective.
think you can. Yeah, like you create them.
Yeah, 100%.
In my head, it's doing it again. In my head, what I thought was, if you have the right mindset, when you have a bad dream or a nightmare, the way that you address it, the way that you handle it will change the outcome of what it means in your life. Not, you went at it from a perspective of like what you put in is what's going to be that night. And I went at it from a perspective of like what was last night could change based on the way that you handle it moving forward.
Yeah,
And I think
because
both are true.
yeah, I mean, because let's say you went back to sleep because of the things that you thought about, but you went straight back to that nightmare. What do you do then? That nightmare is not going to change.
I think that rarely happens. Like I have
Well,
a
that happens to me
nightmare or
all the
some
time.
dream, and I go back to sleep, and I go back to it. I don't think that's ever happened in my life.
It's happened
Sometimes
to me
I
at
want it
least.
to happen. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
You want to see how it plays out?
Yeah. Oh, you know.
I
do you
can
know how
agree.
that
Sometimes
happened?
I'm like, that dude in the car, did he get Christian? Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be having a really good sleep, and like my dream is like really
well, the
cool.
dream, yeah,
My
that would
dream's
be
really
cool, to go
cool, and
back.
then like I'll wake up because I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh my god,
All right,
and then I try to
so-
like stay asleep while I'm like going to the
So
bathroom
like
and shit.
plugging for Liv for her writing our blogs, right? On the Hacking Your Mindset blog, section 6 says practice self-care. Taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, giving yourself sleep, exercise, and a healthy diet. Will practice mindfulness and meditation to manage stress and maintain a positive attitude.
Did she put caffeine on that list?
If that's your self care.
What'd you say, Liv? No.
It does say focus on solutions, not problems. So caffeine solution.
Boom.
Caffeine.
It's all about how you look at it, right?
Well, it's you've trained your body to see it as a solution, as the Atomic Habits would like to say.
I'm only on chapter 10.
Can I see?
You're
Sure.
only on chapter 10.
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 6.
Oh, okay. I haven't gotten that far.
What?
I'm
You
not,
just said.
I'm not like done. I haven't formulated my thoughts because I'm not done the book.
Okay.
Anyway, it's sitting on the count. It's on
Yeah,
the
I know.
counter. Okay.
Yeah.
But Christian's literally writing in caffeine.
No, it wasn't.
It's going to be in the blog. It's going to Google search. People are going to be looking up like best coffee for caffeine intake, and they're going to get to our blog. Anyway, so I do think that what you said before really resonates with me. I always try to take like one little thing away from every little thing that we do, whether it's like hammering a nail into the wall or going away for 5 days or going to a conference or whatever it might be, like one little thing. And when you just said what you put in is what you expect. So like what you put into your brain is how your mind creates the nightmare, the dream, the creation that happens subconsciously. And I feel like that is so interesting because I also wonder if what you put in creates the outcome, but what you take away from it creates the lasting result.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Christian's like, I'm done. Okay. Back to reality.
It's like seeing, glass half full compared to glass half empty. The glass is still half.
Yeah.
It's just how you take it.
Yeah. What did I say the other day? I said, instead of seeing it as glass half full, I don't remember. It was an interesting perspective on that. I think it was instead of seeing it as glass half empty, they see it as glass overflowing or something like that. It was very weird perspective. But
or maybe the glass being half full is a blessing because maybe you're moving a lot around that day and you don't want to spill.
Unlike what you did.
I was going to say, are you talking about your coffee 5 minutes ago?
Look.
Speaking of coffee, I need to go get some. What I want to do over the course of the next week is like embrace this. And it's interesting that this was the choice of today's webinar and today's podcast and what we're doing this week, because I think mindset is the thing that's going to carry us from point A to point B. And I have a question for you because I know what I'm going to do, but like, what's the one thing that would get you out of a funk? The one thing that would like lift you up if you were in a rut or you needed that emotional or physical support? Like, what's the one thing that you would do?
That I would do to make myself feel better, or a thing that would happen to would make me feel better?
Well, I think we're speaking to different people, right? Like the love languages is going to say something that you do for yourself. Self-care is going to mean more versus someone doing it for you subconsciously or consciously. But for me, it's what is going to give you that moment to like get out of the funk.
I think success has a snowball effect. I think once we get a taste of it, we want to keep it going.
The compound effect.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I think one of the big things that I noticed about myself is that when I am in a funk and I feel like, things aren't really necessarily going my way, or, I'm struggling getting people on the phone or things like that, once I have that one person answer the phone, or I have that one person putting in a contract, like it helps me understand like why I'm doing it. Like, okay. Like what am I fighting
effect,
for? Yeah.
Getting that one small win.
Yeah.
Like microdosing, right?
I think
exactly.
It's funny, but it's true.
I think a lot of people's funks, and I can kind of speak for myself here too, it's like a lot of mine come from like this if then mindset. Like, if I do this, then this will be the outcome. This is how I'll feel.
100%.
But then you're constantly wrapped up in this like chase, like mentality of like I have to do this, and then this will be the outcome. This will be
like,
how I feel.
I can't do this because the outcome.
Yeah.
Right.
But like then it's defining you.
Yeah. Right. And when you have that, like, have hold of your life or how you're running your business or what have you, it's going to take a very heavy toll. And I feel like that's how I get into a funk. So it's like about how you look at everything.
Yeah. I think it is a lot of perspective. I also think it can be environment. So for me, it was like, all right, this morning going through my, stuff. And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get on a plane. I don't know where I'm going to go. I did this during COVID. I flew somewhere, stood in the airport, flew back. Because for me,
I wish I just had enough money to do that for fun.
First of all, A, it's points, and B, it's an investment, right? Like a lot of people get massages.
Yeah, that could be your self-care.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where I get to like digest.
I think
and just
travel
enjoy.
is a lot of
this dude really wants some Southwest like peanuts. And
unfortunately, that's not what it is.
I'm just craving the ambiance.
But it's just interesting because everybody's going to have their own value. And something that you said is it's like you get caught up in the run of trying to chase something. And something I said to someone this past week was every so often we see a shiny penny, and when we see that shiny penny, we fail to see the impact that it has on our endurance. So our endurance is what gets us from here to there, not the speed at which we do it.
Yeah.
Right? The endurance is the capacity to get there.
And that's why I think in the David Goggins, people can have motivation. It can come and go, but it's the drive that continues.
Well, it's like that one saying I think I mentioned on the podcast, like, or maybe I don't know in some meeting that we had. But the person who loves to walk will walk farther than the person who loves the destination or something like that.
Because they love what they're doing,
The
not where they're
process.
going.
Right.
I agree.
All
and
about
I
the
think
process.
that's the key here. Is
But also it's like
understanding that the endurance is what we're after, not the accomplishment.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when we do see that shiny penny, it impacts our endurance because we've now changed direction and we've changed the capacity that we have to see it to fruition.
But I think
So
a big part of mindset is just defining who you are. Like,
Yeah.
Like you have to decide what you're going to do.
Well, let's look
who you're going to be.
Let's look, right? I'm going to run through these real fast. So the first one is define your goals. So if you're going to adopt a mindset that's going to allow you to accomplish a goal, you have to define it. And then you have to visualize your successes, develop the mindset that's going to build from point A to point B because you're not going to be there every day, right? Focus on the solutions, not the problems. Hey, look at you go, right? Build resilience, talking about our endurance, our ability to encounter obstacles and continue to go. I don't know why there's a 5, 6, and 7.
I think I fucked it up.
And then practice your self-care because taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally is going to give you that opportunity. And then the last one is surrounding yourself in positivity because adopting a mindset allows you to accomplish a goal and takes any amount of time and effort. The endurance is going to get you there, but your surroundings are going to be the thing that gives you the power to do it every single day.
Yep. Mic drop.
You're welcome. Woo! All right. Anyway, well, it's awesome having you guys here. So excited. I'm ready to take on the next challenges in our lives, build mindset that's going to build towards a better summer, a better year, and some amazing things yet to come. As you guys all know, you can reach out to us at MichaelFrank _ or on our website at frankoliverco.com. You can always reach out, subscribe to the link below if you haven't already, and make sure you catch up with Andrea and Christian.
You guys can reach me on Instagram and TikTok at Drea _ Soto, along via email, Andrea at frankoliverco.com, and also via text in the link below.
You can find me on Instagram, Christian the Deadhead, or you can give me a call, 443-975-8626.
Bang.
Deuces.
Boom.